Hey, how's it going? So today I'm coming to you with day number 35 inside of a 60-day video challenge. If you happen to be catching me live, do me a favor and hit pound live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you happen to be catching me via the replay, hit pound replay. Let me know where you are tuning in from. So the thing that I want to talk about today is don't create content, instead provide context. When you provide context, it creates a path for people to logically take the next step with you, and it creates an extension process, and that extension process is going to help your content creation process, is going to help your marketing process, and it will also help your conversion, which is why I'm a huge fan, especially when I'm creating marketing processes, to go ahead and create context as opposed to just be creating content. I don't know, maybe about 10 or 11 years ago, I remember being in a meeting. I was running the financial aid department at the time. And in that meeting, we were talking with the person that was running the admissions department. And our overall stats and our overall numbers were not where it needed to be at that time. And after a couple of hours of just meeting, we basically determined that there were some things that the staff members inside of the financial aid office needed to do from a follow-up standpoint with the students in order to decrease the in order to increase, I should say, the retention rate, and in order to increase the number of students that would go ahead and start classes. So because that was one of the things that the financial aid office needed to do, there were some tasks that the financial aid officers needed to do, and because I was running the financial aid department, I was responsible for communicating to the financial aid office, hey, financial aid officer, these are some things that we need to start doing differently, and we need to basically start doing these things differently. And I remember communicating some of the things that we decided from a task standpoint that the financial aid officers were going to all of a sudden start to do. And from a buy-in standpoint, I did not necessarily get the buy-in from them, right? And we need buy-in because we need to be able to have better metrics and to have better stats. And for a while, I couldn't understand why is it I wasn't necessarily getting any buy-in from these individuals. And at the end of the day, I need buy-in from them so that way I can meet my goals, and that way the company can meet their goals as well. And I went back, and one of the things that I said I needed to do is I needed to tell them, okay, this is the reason why I'm asking you guys to do this. Here is the big picture, and here is how this can negatively impact us if we don't do it. However, here is how it can positively impact us. I know that from a traditional sense, people in the financial aid office don't usually complete these type of tasks, but the reason why we are asking you to complete this task is because it's going to increase the number of students that start, and when the number of students increases, it's going to have a positive impact on you. It's going to have a positive impact on the entire company. And when I did that, I got the buy-in because I provided the context, and they understood the big picture, and they understand the overall objective. I find that to be true as well when I create individual marketing processes, whether it be for myself or for clients. A couple of weeks ago, I created a marketing campaign, and one of the things that I was giving away inside of the marketing campaign was how to create a lead magnet. Well, how to create a lead magnet is cool, but where does that land in the entire marketing process? So from a context standpoint, how will having a lead generation process, how will that help you? When you know how to create a lead magnet, how will that help you in your overall marketing process? And what step is that in your overall marketing process? Because when we talk about marketing process, there's a series of steps that people have to get right in order to have success. So when I started off that conversation with the people who were coming through that marketing process, I say, hey, this is why you need a lead magnet, and this is when you should create a lead magnet. And after you create the lead magnet, it is not the end-all be-all. And the reason why it's not the end-all be-all is because a lead magnet just going to bring people in. You still have to think about the conversion process. You still have to think about the follow-up process, and you still have to worry about those type of contents as well. So when I provided that context, the people who were consuming that information understood that Yes, Vladimir is providing me with this information. He's showing me how to create a lead magnet. However, if I decide to ascend and if I want a complete process, here is how I can go ahead and have a complete process. A lead magnet is step number 2 inside of a 5-step marketing process. So you plan on creating content inside of your marketing process in the very near future. First of all, provide context. You showing them how to do X, Y, and Z. Why is that even important? Where does that fall in their entire journey? Because usually it's not just one thing that's going to basically fix all of the different problems that people are having. If I go out into the marketplace and say, hey, I'm going to show you how to get traffic, usually people don't necessarily even have a traffic problem. Sometimes people have a conversion problem. So I can lead with, hey, I'm going to show you how to get more traffic. However, at the same time, you need to make sure that you have a sound marketing process. You need to make sure that you have a sound conversion process, because when you have those things in place, here is how it's going to help you. And by the way, right, I'm going to show you how to do this whole traffic thing. If you need my help for an entire process, here's how you can go ahead and reach out to me and get an entire process. So as you can see, I delivered the content, but I also gave them context ahead of time to let them know this is going to solve a small problem inside of a bigger problem. So lead with context. Think about the path. Write down the path that someone needs to go through in order to have success with whatever it is that you're providing them. Show them one piece of the pie, one piece of the puzzle, but also give them context and let them know other things that they may need, because that's going to encourage them to say, okay, now I need to reach out to Vlad because I don't have a conversion process. I need to reach out to Vlad for the rest of the material and the rest of the piece of the process, right? So if you're listening to this or watching this and you need help with a marketing process, a lead generation process, or a done-for-you marketing funnel, I encourage you to reach out to me. If you're watching this on social media, you can simply send me a DM, and that DM is going to allow us to have a conversation to talk about how I can help you from creating an overall marketing process. And if you happen to be catching it somewhere else, there's going to be a link or a button that's going to allow you to simply schedule a time and have the next step with me. That's it for today. Pound live if you're live, and pound replay if you happen to be catching me via the replay. Talk to you soon.